Welcome to Leaks Code. We're going to be creating a multi-guild AFK system. As you can see on your screen, if a member uses the /AFK set command and proceeds to set their AFK status, whenever that member is tagged, the bot will automatically reply to the mentioner's message with an embed saying that that user that you just tagged has been AFK for this time and for that status/reason. And to return from being AFK and removing the status, you could use the /AFK return command, or you can remove your AFK status by simply sending a message in any channel. You as a developer can choose what option to provide, or you can provide both. For this episode, we're going to be using a database, MongoDB, and an event and a command handler. If you have all of these already set up, then you can continue watching. If you don't, click the card up to the right of your screen to watch the tutorials on how to set them up. Let's get right into coding. Right, so the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna create a schema for our database. So we're gonna go to our structures, schemas, and create a new file and call it whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna call it AFK system.js. And here we're gonna require two properties from the Mongoose package. We're gonna require model and schema. Now we're gonna model.export. We're gonna export the model. And we're gonna assign the name to be AFK system, for example, or AFK, whatever you want it to be. And it's gonna be a new schema. And inside of the schema objects, we're gonna type guide ID string, user ID string, status string, and time string. And make sure to remember the capital letters and the small letters because it's very case sensitive. Now that is done, we're gonna go to our commands, to our systems. We're gonna create our commands. Let's call it AFK. And here we're gonna require also two properties from the Discord package. What we need is command interaction and message embed. That's all we need. And now here we're gonna require, so const require, we're gonna require the actual database that we just created. So let's go to the file location, schemas, AFK system. And now we're gonna module command exports, and the name of the command is gonna be AFK. I don't know what's up with me and typing today. The description is gonna be multi-guide AFK system. For example, you can change this as much as you want, and we're gonna have options. So we're gonna create an array. So the first option is gonna be set, which is gonna be a sub command. So type sub command. The description is gonna say set your AFK status, and then we're gonna have options. So the name is gonna be status. Description is gonna be set your status, for example, whatever. Type it's gonna be string, and it's gonna be required. So you can format this as much as you want, but this is the way that I'm gonna do it. Just a blueprint, and you can change whatever you want. Right, for the other subcommand that we're gonna be creating, so let's copy paste this, remove these options, we won't need them, and change set to return. And here you can say return from being AFK. All right. Now here we're gonna async, and we're gonna execute the interaction because that's all we need. And here we can grab our parameter for the interaction, just like this. And now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab a couple of objects from the interaction or properties. So we're gonna require, let's actually type equals to interaction. We're gonna require guide, options, user, and created timestamp. And if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video as much as you want. This is what we have done so far. All right, so now we're gonna create an embed, a multi-use embed. So we're gonna type const embed equals to new message embed, and let's set the author of it to be user.tag user.display avatar URL, and it's gonna be dynamic. This is all the simple stuff that you probably already know. So const AFK status can be options.getString. You're gonna get it from the status option. So we're grabbing the value of the status or whatever the user input was, and here we're gonna open a try statement, and if an error happens, we're gonna catch the error. Let's remove the error function, and we're gonna console.log the error. Alright, so we're gonna tell the bot, do whatever we say inside of these brackets, and if it gives an error, just console log it without crashing our bot. Now here we're gonna create a switch statement, so we're gonna switch between the options.get sub command, because we have two sub commands. So case 1, so in case the user selected the set sub command, we're gonna execute it, execute whatever inside of this bracket, no need for breaking. Now case return the other sub command, we're gonna execute whatever inside of these brackets. Right, for this one, we're gonna utilize the MongoDB find one and update property. So we're gonna have await dp.find1 and update. So what this does, so first of all, we're gonna filter. All right, so the filter is we're gonna tell the bot to go inside of the database and search for a document that has this guide ID and this user ID. So guide ID equals to guide ID and user ID equals to user.id. So if it doesn't find one, then it's gonna create one. And why we put it to find one and update one? Because we want to update the status if the member used the command again. So what we're gonna do now is let's actually do this. Right? Do this. Let's remove the space, put a comma here, and here is going to be the updated one. So the status is going to be AFK status. I wrote it wrong here. Just like this. All right, and the time is going to be, so time is going to be %. Let's see, %, and it's going to be created timestamp divided by 1000, so we can use the Discord's new message timestamp, and here we're going to create a new object, and set a new is going to be set to true, and what was it again? Upsert is going to be set to true. All right, so now that we're done, we're going to basically return with a message. So let's actually change the color of the ember to be green, and set the description to be your AFK status has been updated. So, and here we're gonna provide the AFK status. All right, and then we're gonna return interaction.reply embeds. So we're gonna pass in the embed inside of the embeds array, and then we're gonna set it to be ephemeral, so only the interaction user sees this message. Alright, so now for the return option, we're gonna await dp.find, no, actually delete one. It's gonna be guide ID, so we're gonna filter the guide ID to be this guide ID, and the user ID is gonna be user.id. Alright, and then we can copy this. Let's actually put it like this, copy it, as a thread, and here your AFK status has been removed. Pretty simple stuff. So we're basically done with our command. So this is the command. It's pretty simple. So now let's go to our events. Create a new event inside of the message folder or wherever you want it to be. Let's call it, for example, AFK system.js. And here we're gonna require also two properties from the Discord package. So we're gonna type require Discord, and we're gonna require message and message embed. That's all we need from the Discord package. In here we're gonna model, or actually we're gonna require the database first. So const dp, we can see const dp equals to require // structures / schemas / AFK system, and now we can model.export, and we can listen on the message create event. And here we're gonna async execute the message object, and let's grab our parameters for the message object. So let's type message. Alright, so now in here we're gonna check. So if message with author is bot, we're gonna return. Basically we're gonna ignore the message, And now, like I showed you in the beginning of the video, we have two options to remove the status. One option is to listen if the member sends a message and deletes the document from the database. Let's do that real quick. So await dp.find, delete one, delete one. Guide ID is going to be set to guide ID. User ID is going to be message.user.id. Pretty simple stuff. Or actually message.author, not user ID. So let's comment this out because I want my members to basically use the command instead, but you can enable this too. And now we're going to check. So if members.size, so if it has a size, so if the message has mentions in it, member mentions, then we're gonna execute this code. So we're gonna create an embed. So const embed new message embed. We're gonna set the color to be red, and now we're gonna go inside our database, or actually we're gonna message.mentions.members.forEach. So for each member in the mentions, we're gonna check the member user ID inside of our database. So we're gonna type dp.find1 guides ID is going to be the same as the message.guide.id, and the user ID is going to be the same as the member.id, and we're going to async error and data. So it's async error and data, and we're going to check if error. So if an error occurs, we're going to throw that error, but if we find data, we're gonna return. Let's actually put it down here. Let's type embed.set description, and here we're gonna say $brackets member object went AFK, and here we're gonna type this bracket t, and then data.time, and then this two dots, whatever, r, and this bracket. And then we're gonna create a new line, and we're gonna say status, and here we're gonna provide the actual status, data.status, and we're gonna return message.reply, message.reply embed true. What am I doing? We're gonna just like this. But can we make this actually ephemeral? No, we can't. Alright, so yeah, this is basically it. Let's try our command now. So let's go to the database, and let me remove this AFK systems because I was testing some stuff. AFK systems. Alright, so I deleted it. Now if you go to Xcode, you will see nothing about the AFK system. So now if I go here and type AFK set hello YouTube, it should respond to us. It didn't because the bot is not even online. So let's turn it on. Alright, now let's retry. Valid, let's retry the command again. So /AFK set hello YouTube. Let's see, we got an error. Error was pretty simple, guys. Instead of array, I put an object. It shouldn't be an object, it should be an array. So this is in our command. So let's remove this and type embed. Alright, now let's restart the bot, and now let's go to Discord. Let's check the database. AFKs, let's remove this real quick. Alright, so now AFK sets hello. Like you see here, your AFK status has been updated to hello, and if I go to the database now, refresh, like you see here, this is the guide ID, user ID, status, and the time. Alright, so now if I want to update it, so if I do the command again, so AFK set hello again, like you see, it's not gonna be creating a new document, it's just gonna update this current one. So like you see here, hello again. Now if I try to tag myself, Lex, like the bot will automatically respond to me, went AFK a few seconds ago, and this is gonna automatically change. So after 3 minutes, it's gonna say 3 minutes ago, and status hello again. Alright, so now if I type /AFK return, it's gonna say your AFK status has been removed, and if I go to the database, like you see, is gonna be removed. So let's set again, or actually, yeah, let's do that, whatever. All right, and now let's enable this. Where is AFK system? Let's enable this. And now if I try, I can see, let's go to the database. I'm in the database. Now if I send a message, right, if I go back to the database, let's see, it didn't, oops, didn't work because we have an error here. Guild is not defined because it should be message.guild.id. all right, so let's retry again. So I'm gonna type a message, I'm gonna go to the database, and like you see, it's automatically deleted. And the reason why we went ahead and created for each function, because sometimes, let's set whatever, sometimes people mention a lot of people, and the AFK member might be one of them. So if I tag the store people, nothing will happen. Now if I tag them again and tag myself, because I'm AFK, it's gonna respond to me, or it should respond to me. Am I even AFK? No, I'm not. So let's set. All right, so let's copy this, place it here. Why is sorry guys, it's because it's automatically deleting this. So let's remove this request so I can test. All right, so let's set my AFK again, because I sent a message and it automatically removed me from the database. So now if I try this, like you see here, Lex went AFK a few seconds ago. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you for all of our Ko-fi supporters. If you want to download all of these files, all of this both support me in Ko-fi, link down in the description. All right, see you guys later.